to What English podcast project, where we don't merely learn English, we embody it in real life communication. I'm Rosa. And I'm Sandy. Today, we're going beyond conventional introduction, the kind you typically find in textbooks. Instead, we'll explore how to introduce yourself in a way that fosters genuine human connection. Because in reality, first impressions are not just forms, they are experiences. And unfortunately, many of us unintentionally make them less impactful than they could be. Good morning. My name is Rosa. I am currently a student and I enjoy reading books in my spare time. Good morning, Rosa. I'm Sandy. I'm come from Indonesia. It is a pleasure to meet you. There's absolutely nothing incorrect about this introduction. Yes, linguistically speaking, they are accurate and well structured. However, the real question is, are they memorable? In most cases, not particularly. They tend to sound familiar. Precisely, they resemble rehearsed response rather than authentic communication. And that highlights the core issues. The priorities correctness over connection. Moreover, the lack individuality. Exactly. There is no insight into the speaker's personality, perspective, or emotional state. And ultimately, people don't connect with perfectly constructed sentence, they connect with authenticity. Now, let's consider a more natural and engaging alternative. Like, hi, I'm Sandy. Recently, I become quite fascinated by how people build connection through language. So I often find myself observing everyday conversation. That already sounds significantly more engaging. I'm Rosa. I genuinely enjoy conversation that feels spontaneous and authentic, where you almost forget that you're speaking in a second language. Notice how that people more dynamic and expressive. And importantly, it invites a response. Exactly. Instead of providing generic information, you are offering something specific and relatable. For instance, saying I like reading is too vague to sustain a conversation. We're saying I recently been reading book on psychology. Give the listener something engaged with. They might ask follow-up question, which naturally extends and the interaction. And that's how meaningful conversation became. So what would it mentally distinguish a conventional introduction from a meaningful one? In my view, it comes down to intention. Could you elaborate on that? Certainly, when using a conventional introduction, the primary objective is accuracy, ensuring that your grammar and vocabulary are correct. Whereas, with a meaningful introduction, the objective shifts toward establishing a connection. Exactly. You are not merely exchanging information, you are intending a relationship. There's an important distinction. Additionally, meaningful introduction tend to incorporate personal elements such as experience, opinions, or emotion. So instead of stating fact, you are sharing something human. Yes, and that makes your introduction far more memorable. I like to share a brief personal experience. Please do. Once, I introduced myself by saying, hi, I'm Sandy and I often feel nervous speaking English, but I'm actively trying to improve. That's quite affordable. It is, but instantly several people approached me afterwards and expressed that they felt the same way. So instead of creating distance, your honesty created connection. Exactly. It demonstrated authenticity is often more powerful than perfection. Now, Let's outline some practical strategies for improving interjection.
First, incorporate personal experience rather than general statements.
For example, replace I like English with I've been improving my English by watching film without subtitles.
Second, use hidden language to sound more natural and less rigid.
Such as, I suppose I'm someone who enjoys meaningful discussions.
Third, begin with a hook, something that captures attention.
For instance, I used to struggle with English, but now I actually enjoy speaking it.
Fourth, including relatable elements that resonate with your audience.
Such as, I tend to overthink when I speak English.
And finally, encourage interaction by asking a simple question.
For example, have you ever felt anxious when introducing yourself in English?
This transforms a monologue into a dialogue.
To summarize, effective interjections are not defined solely by grammatical accuracy, but by their ability to create genuine human connection.
You don't need to sound flawless, but you need to sound authentic. So next time you introduce yourself, I'm not only for info, but to connect.
Thank you for joining us in Poteng.
And remember, English is not merely a tool for communication.
It is a bridge between people.
Bye.